Hi, it's Donna Duffy with Academic Connections Tutoring, and today I'd like to talk to you about checking your academic engine light, and that would be your child's progress report. This time of year is a great time for us to see where our kids are as they jump into the school year. Enough weeks have passed, enough homework has come back, enough projects and tests have been taken for us to start to get a good gauge of what's going on the dashboard for them academically. Now, we've found that over the years there are 5 key areas that kids tend to struggle with in their academic year. A lot of times we just tend to think, oh, they have a problem with math or they have a problem writing a paper, but it can be more than that. So let's look into that a little bit and see if you can identify where your child falls in on this. First of all, let's look at subject struggle. So there could be something where they really are struggling with that subject. It's not where their strength is, it's not where their interest lies, and they're just finding that they can't wrap their head around that. The other thing would be that they just lack motivation. And you've seen kids like this. It could be that you've got your own kids are like this. You're doing all kinds of things, the teacher's doing things. There seem to be things that could be motivating, and yet your child just does not have the motivation. So unearthing why can take a bit of time. Organizational overwhelm. Now, I'm not talking about your child's room. I'm talking about what's going on in their backpack, what's going on with their papers, their folders, their assignments, their projects. So not only in the physical things that they have, but what's going on in their mind when they're taking the information in and having to organize it, synthesize it, process it, and what's happening when they need to give that back out. Are they overwhelmed organizationally? The other thing would be learning gaps. They came from a prior year with not enough information or enough of a foundation. They're going on into a new year, and the teacher is just assuming that there's a stronger foundation from before, and now they've got a gap. And they may not even know that, they may not realize it, or they do, and they don't want to raise their hand and draw attention to themselves, especially if they're in the higher grades. They don't want to say anything about that, and there's a learning gap there, and it needs to be closed. A lot of times we need to go back to go forward. So we need to go back, close that gap, and then shore up the foundation so they can go forward in a strong way. And then there's what I call the 4 C's. It could be an area of concentration, it could be comprehension, it could be communication, and it could be confidence. So these are key areas that we tend to find year after year. You may pick up the phone and say, my child needs help with science. Is it really science, or is it because of the way science is being taught? Is it because they're having a reading comprehension issue? Is it because they can't get organized because there are binders and papers and folders, they just can't wrap their head around it? So there are several reasons. Part of what we do at Academic Connections Tutoring is we meet with you in complimentary in-home consultation and find out what kind of learner your child is, find out where some of the challenges and the struggles are. Then when we send the best matched tutor in to work with your child, they start to unearth those things and really help the child see where those issues are, as well as bring their own learning styles and strengths to do their best with that, so that they can align all that for the positive, show where they're not so strong, where they need to go get help for reinforcements. It really helps a child kind of take inventory of themselves academically and say, this is where I'm great and I'm strong and that's my interest and I love doing that. This is where it's not so good for me. I'm not on short footing there. I need some help. Kids at times don't even know how to ask for the help. They don't even know what it is that they don't know, where that hole is, where that gap is. So if any of this seems to be something your child could be struggling with, if the progress report was kind of like the academic check engine light and you feel like you need some help, give us a call or check out our website at ACTNowDE.com, and then you can see what we're about a little bit more in depth. We'll come in and do a complimentary consultation for you and hopefully get your child set with a tutor so that they can meet one-on-one in your home, in what's in your child's backpack, what they're dealing with in school right now, and so they can go back into that classroom tomorrow with confidence and comprehension and understanding and all that they need to be successful in the classroom. This is Donna Duffy with Academic Connections Tutoring, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much.